Right. Hypocritical juniors fighting to divide us with them lies in disguise. Rastafari's, yeah. The true. The true. Oh yes. The truth.
That's the LC on the beat.
Let me tell you, sing the truth will reveal. Mr. Liar Man, the truth will reveal. Mr. Benga Man, the truth will reveal. Mr. Finger Man, the truth will reveal. What is deep in them heart? Deep down inside. Oh, I sing the truth will reveal. I Mr. Liar Man, the truth will reveal. I Mr. Kaya Man, the truth will reveal. Or Mr. Kaya Man, the truth will reveal. No! Say, I say we look in their faces, but we don't know their thoughts. We see their action, but we don't know their reaction. That smile in my face, I want to stop me on my back. Oh yeah, I wouldn't sheep loading, yeah. Who want to tear us apart? Who wanna come and divide us? I'm gonna come out my room, yeah. Hey, I say you enter in the UP and you chop like them. You enter in the ALP, you scatter them. But then you enter in the LP, then you divide them. And now you want to play with the CPP document. But today Jack want to come expose you some more. And every eyes will watch and see and know. Say the truth will reveal. Mr. Liar Man, the truth will reveal. Mr. Benga Man, the truth will reveal. Mr. Finger Man, the truth will reveal. What is deep in them heart? Deep down inside. Oh, I sing the truth will reveal. I Mr. Liar Man, the truth will reveal. I Mr. Kaya Man, the truth will reveal. Or Mr. Kaya Man, the truth will reveal. What is deep down in them heart? Deep down inside. Say, high profile gladiators want to come and use us. Political juniors, them want to come deceive us. You pay the newspapers and to lie for you. You pay the radio stations and to lie for you. Oh yeah. So they wanna do is take us from the root and teach us their own truth. Yeah, I say, you figure district number 9 by election, Grand County by election, Mapulu midterm senatorial election, and don't forget the Nimbakante primary report. I say the truth will reveal. Mr. Liar Man, the truth will reveal. We got to expose them all. The truth will reveal. Mr. Finger Man, the truth will reveal. What is deep in them all? Deep down inside. Oh, I say the truth will reveal. I Mr. Liar Man, the truth will reveal. I Mr. Kaya Man, the truth will reveal. Or Mr. Kaya Man, the truth will reveal. What is deep down in them all? Deep down inside. Say. She don't have no spine. The next thing, Joe she find, she have the rest of them a wait in a line. Oh gosh, champagne a pop and we so frost. Weed in a split, no allow that. Girl, back it up, make me hold that. This girl's on a level right now. I'm
Watch to the bass and the trouble right now. Wine for the real, let my crown. Bedroom bullet up and knock back down. Fast, slow. Anywhere you want, baby girl, go. Bounce up and down like a pro. Go, girl, you want it, they know. Yo, rip on the scene. Heavy movement. You and your team. Yeah, them can't intervene. Right. You know I love that style where you got this. So won't you back it up on me? I love the way you whine in the pop ways. Don't tease till it making me all nice. So smooth when you move to the groove, you're the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I love that style where you got this. So won't you back it up on me?
Back it up on me, telling me that you want me, baby girl, if you loving tonight. Right. Baby, I'm in town, know that it's going down. You know that I'm only here for one night. You know what he won't do, really won't do. You know why I probably put that thing upon you. Looking at you, looking like you really want to. There's nothing on this earth, baby girl, I won't do. Girl, cause we turning up. Shots on deck, cause we burning up. Take it back to the telly, throw it up. Take it back to the telly, throw it up, girl. Throw it up. Oh, yeah. Looking at your friends like you don't care. Girl, cause the Grey Goose is in here. Oh, yeah, we in here.
You know I love that style where you got this. So won't you back it up on me? I love the way you whine in your pop ways. Don't tease till it making me honest. So smooth when you move to the groove, you're the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I love the style where you got this. So won't you back it up on me?
Liberia! It's your day!
Tama Corporation is hosting the first ever Heritage in Cultural reality show called National Heritage in Cultural Challenge. The National Heritage in Cultural Challenge is a reality show organized by Tama Corporation, enabling us to explore our culture through entertainment. At the same time, you could stand a chance to win the grand prize in the amount of $38,000 United States dollars. Teammates will be grouped into 15 teams, representing the 15 counties in Liberia. Each team will consist of 5 members, with each team member having a specific role. A traditional chef to cook all the juicy local dishes, a beauty queen or king to showcase how beautiful, inspiring, and unique our Liberian culture is, a talented dancer, singer, storyteller, you name your talent and be on the show. A smart man, that one man who is certain of his knowledge of the county and the Liberian history. Lastly, our warrior, who will be ready to fight and protect his county at all costs. To avoid weekly eliminations, each team must perform and win traditional games or tasks given to them.
And the live auditions, January 25th in Kanta, the 26th of January in Kakata, February 2nd in Buchanan, February 4th in Monrovia, and the final
Monrovia, Harrisburg, it's time to celebrate with the big boys.
You want to bamba? You want to tea with the big boy?
So join us this and every weekend, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, as we chill with the big boys. Then the big one comes out on February 11 and February 14 as we celebrate the Valentine's Day as Wookiee Special Lovers Night. And on February 11, come in your green as we celebrate the gallant men and women in arms and our fallen heroes on Armed Forces Day at the Wookiees Farm. Gates open at 12 noon till the break of dawn. Have a night in our cozy chalet for as low as $85 and have a breakfast and unlimited time in our pool. And for that VVIP, for only $150, you get 1 bottle of red wine, 2 breakfasts, 1 lunch, and unlimited time in our pool. Come along with the kids this and every weekend and on the Valentine's and Armed Forces Day at the Wookiees Farm. Take advantage of this offer this and every weekend, and to spice it up, visit our local bar. Yatta's Guiding is now open for that local drinks. Why don't you visit us at Wookiees Farm in Kirisburg? Taste our finger-licking grilled fish, pizza, and varieties of food. Wookiees Farm is back again. Come and chill with the big boys this and every weekend and on the Armed Forces Day and the Valentine's Day. I'll catch you there.
You want to bamba? You want to G with the big?
Lapus Kitchen, a Liberian-owned business operated by Johnson and Wales University's trained chef Joyce Matowia, is your dining away from home. At Lapus Kitchen, we prepare all kinds of Liberian cuisines, including fried and rare oil potatoes green, kidney beans, palava sauce, fever leaves, and a lot more. We also make rice bread, meat pies, cookies, Benesi candies, and all kinds of pastry products. Place in your order online today from anywhere in the US at www.lorpuktchen.com. The good news is your package is sealed in an insulated cooling box and reaches your destination well preserved and fresh. Save yourself the stress and order the best from a professional chef. Lapus Kitchen keeps your fingers licking.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
All right, folks. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the program. You're listening. You're watching the Costa Show. Today is Tuesday, the 15th day of February, 2022. The time in Monrovia is 7:30 a.m. The time in Delaware is 2:30 a.m. And I'm Henry Pedro Costa, your humble servant. And Boakai, my co-host, should be in studio any minute now. And sitting there in his place is George Guay, the man that controls, the man who makes sure that we're on and we're ready to go every day. We're very glad to be here and be our guest this morning. And what a beautiful day. What a fantastic day. All right, folks. Couple of things we got to talk about this morning. So the bicentennial ceremonies. These are several ceremonies that are happening in the country. George?
Yeah, of course.
So yesterday, the big event, did you attend any one of them? Did you participate in any shape or form?
No, of course, because I'm not interested in it.
Why aren't you interested in it?
Because why we are waste my time to go sit SKD there on the hard sun, watch we are and family enjoying.
I know.
The poor people suffering.
Exactly. Is it true that to find gasoline is hard? People say they can't get gas.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
If it enough for gasoline, $850.
$850.
Yes.
How much was it a few days ago?
600.
So
605 is a big.
$600, nice. $850.
Yeah, 850 now for gasoline. It'll be 605.
That's a big jump, George.
Yep. Nowadays you have to wake up soon now to go to the gas station, or as you now have gas.
Has the government said anything? Because I haven't heard anything. Have they said anything at all?
No, the government is only after enjoyment because you know that yesterday they even pay people to go at SKD there.
Well, that's what I'm told.
Yes, each ministry, the folks that wake up to go at SKD.
Yeah, I saw the memo from the Ministry of Information, basically mandating all the people to go to the stadium by force against their will.
Sure.
I mean, I saw the faces of a lot of the people on the stadium who didn't seem to want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, did it feel like the whole country was celebrating, or did it feel like it was just George Weah and his people? George, what feeling did you get in your community where you live? Did you get the feeling that people were happy that we were celebrating 200 years of existence? Or did it feel like, okay, let them have their party and we don't care exactly? It doesn't make sense to us. What did you feel? What was the feeling that you got in your community?
Because a lot of people, in my community where I live, Tuparo, a lot of people were complaining because some of the children not in school yet. Why they will go waste that time to go sit SKD there? The people who you saw the SKD there, the people that are working in the government, in the various ministry,
who were mandated to show up.
Yep.
So, George, this is a national event, or this is supposed to be a national event celebrated by all of the people. 200 years of existence. Whether we were backward, I hate it when they say 200 years of freedom and Pan-African leadership. 200 years of failure. That's what we are. And it's not George Weah's fault. George Weah came and met it, and George Weah just continues from where he left off. From where Ellen left off. And that doesn't mean George Weah is excused to continue to behave the way all the leaders before him, except Willie Tolbert, did. But the point is, what's there to celebrate, George? You are a Liberian citizen. You're a young man. Are you proud to be a Liberian, George? Tell us the truth. How do you feel? When if you were to meet Ghanaians and Nigerians and Guineans and you're lecturing, and they ask you, George, how do you feel about a country? What would you tell them? Are you proud to be a Liberian? Do you look at your country and say, oh God, I thank you for that I was born in this country? What makes you proud, if any, of being a Liberian citizen?
Well, because for me, I'll be proud to be a Liberian because it's where I'm born. But living in Liberia, it's not easy, cause it's not easy. It's difficult because to wake up every morning, it's not easy. So what's about the people who sell it in the market? They have to wake up early to go West Point to buy fish, Nugutan to buy fish. Every morning you see people waking up some morning having that dish man. You know that nowadays, a lot of people don't ride taxi anymore. They have to wait for a bus.
Because they can't afford taxi fare.
Yeah. What happening right now? Because people are not happy with the situation we're going through right now in Liberia. Everything now is all about Jowea. It's all about Jowea. Look at the men. They're making being horse. They're making wear. They may wear tester. They may come outside. They may be asking the security. This look okay on my phone.
I saw the video just before he went to the program on Sunday.
Yeah,
the
Sunday.
National dedicatory ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
All white, a white suit like Willie Tolbert, absent the brains that Tolbert had because that boy is empty-headed as hell, and with a white pair of shoes. He walks outside, swagging, and then he asks the guy, the EPS guy also, how do I look? What? It's not wrong with asking somebody, how do I look? But you can see that all the guy cares about is the way he looks. The guy is vain, George. The guy is vain. When I say vain, what I mean it's just about the little things for him. I mean, materialistic and his appearance is what he has and what, you know. I mean, what kind of leader is that?
That's the question.
The executive mansion that that they say he's moved into? They had a big program the last night. You heard, right? Joe?
Yep, last night, big program last night. They put her at the executive
Do
mansion.
you know the mansion is not ready? There are only 3 floors done, completed.
On the TD floor. On the TD floor.
But what's the hurry? Why is he moving into the mansion when the mansion is not completed? What's the hurry? Why can't he wait until it's completed?
That's the question we need to be asking. That's the question we need to be asking.
George, we had destroyed the new terminal at the airport. When I say it, some people will not understand. In 2019, July 26, 2019, the terminal was not ready for public use. It was not ready. After we did the June 7th protest, 1 month later in July, George, we have be damned, as Liberian man would say, he wanted to have a big program at the SKD and to compel people to go and do all kinds of things. And he expected he was going to fill the stadium and show that he could still draw a crowd. He wanted to compete with us to do a crowd competition. Costa then did the protest. I can fill the stadium. I'm still popular. The new terminal was not ready. The Chinese company that constructed the terminal was still doing a 6-month pre-operational testing of all the equipment, the air conditioning systems, the plumbing system, you name it. They were still testing everything. This is standard procedure. When they build a facility of that nature, they have to run it for a couple of months and be sure that it's working well before they turn it over for public use or for general use. Mr. Weah said he wanted to open the airport, the terminal. He wanted the terminal open. He practically begged world leaders or African leaders to come to attend his Independence Day program. He wanted them to come through the airport, through that new terminal. They went there, they did a dedication. They told him, they said, Mr. Weah, we have a warranty. The deal with the Chinese construction company that built this terminal is that 6 months, they must run it for 6 months. The carousel, the this, the that, the escalators, the elevators, the cooling systems. They said, we must make sure we test these equipment out for 6 months straight. Listen to what I'm about to tell you, folks. George Weah destroyed the new terminal. That's why the things there don't really work well. And here's how he did it. That's what I'm explaining. They told him, the chief, we have a 6-month warranty with the company. Which means, I don't know what I should call it warranty, but they must run this place for 6 months straight. In the contract. And after 6 months before they open it to the general public. But if we insist that you prematurely open the airport or dedicate the terminal for public use, and if any of these equipment, like the plumbing system, the cooling system, the escalator, the elevator, the carousel, if any of these equipment break down, any of them, if they malfunction, the company would not be responsible. Because the company, any agreement, they are supposed to run this place for 6 months. That's why the airport is hot, Diamond. Listen to the story. This is how George Weah destroyed the new terminal. I'm explaining this story to you all. The people at the airport told Mr. Weah, with all due respect, if you run the risk, if you open this terminal now, and you don't let these people complete this process, so that they know that everything works well, and the things that do not work well, they can fine-tune them, they can repair them, they can fix them within the 6-month period. If you insist that we prematurely open this terminal to the public, and something breaks down and something happens, we will forfeit the warranty of having these people come and fix these things. Mr. Weir said, I don't give a damn. All I know, opening the damn terminal. Whatever happens, the government of Liberia will honor right the cost to repair. George, they proceeded to open the terminal. They opened the terminal. They began to use the terminal. Guess what, George?
What?
A few months later, the air conditioning system broke down. You can't call a Chinese company to fix it because the warranty said it clearly that these things, you got to wait for 6 months for them to run it, constantly run it for 6 months before they open it. This is what they do with airports and other facilities such as this. They run it for a period of time. The air conditioning system broke down. When the air conditioning broke down, the entire ventilation system, the heating, the glass, all the glass started cracking. There are errors in the terminal. You see the glass, because you know the thing is built of glass. The heat caused the glass to begin to crack. George.
Even on February 6th, the entire
glass all over the place cracking. Because Mr. Weir said, look, folks, this is what I'm talking about. When you are a stupid fool and you don't deserve to lead a whole country, this is what we spent millions and millions of dollars to build that little terminal. The one little thing we got there, the new button, only button on John's coat, as a young man would say, the terminal, the glass began to crack because that idiot said, because he is so stupid, because he is so vainglorious, he said, I want this terminal open now because I want to prove to Costa and the rest of the people. They had a big protest on June 7, 2019. I will have an Independence Day program at the stadium, and I will make sure I will fill that stadium, and I will show to them I'm still popular. Therefore, open the terminal, even though it is not ready, even though we run the risk of losing the warranty. George, where? The glass is cracking. The terminal is hot. The place is miserable. They have to go and install little air conditioners. The little standing units, the small units.
Yep.
That is how good for nothing George Weir is.
Of course, even on February 6th, the entire terminal was hot.
It's always hot. Diamond just giving his experience on a particular day, but it is always hot. It is always hot. You know, it's very sad when you have a fool for a leader. It's a whole country. That is what you get. It is extremely sad. So for him, this whole bicentennial thing here is just to have fun. Jolly. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's very, very sad. Now, George, what's the situation with the boy who was, the boy whose tongue was bitten off?
His tongue was cut.
Other young man. What's the story, George? Tell me.
Right on the bottom talk anymore. It's only right.
Yeah, but what's the story? I've heard that he was trying to take advantage of this young boy, trying to sodomize him, to have sex with him.
Yes, that was happening.
And how did he bite off his tongue? Were they kissing? Was he trying to kiss him or something?
For me, because I think it gave him something that he was onto himself.
But why did he bite his tongue off? Because he said it was an accident. He might accident. How did his teeth get into this young man's mouth to bite his tongue off?
Be they were kissing. It could be too.
So wicked. You know, somebody and I were talking the other day and they were saying, you know, we need to, I don't know whether we we have the death sentence on the books, the law books in our country. But if we no longer have the death sentence on the books, we need to reinstate it. Maybe we should consider executing people, murderers, gang rapists. Maybe we should. Maybe when we do a couple of public executions, maybe something will happen. Because every other day, this man murders his friend, this man murders his wife, and this person shot this person in cold blood or chopped them to death. Every other day, we're hearing all kinds of horrible things. Maybe we should consider reinstating the death sentence. My people, what do you think we should? I'm thinking, somebody suggested the other day, I'm not a fan of the death sentence. I am not I'm not a fan of capital punishment. Executing people, no, I'm not a fan. But when you look at what's happening in our country, the wave of murders and gruesome, terrible, wicked murders, and it's just horrible. Look at the 13-year-old girl who was raped, gang raped, and she died, right? Terrible. Should we just say, oh yeah, we shouldn't? I think we should consider that. We should consider executing these people, especially where the evidence is crystal clear that they committed an act. One of the reasons why I'm not a fan of capital punishment is that sometimes you kill a wrong person. Because that person, there is a small chance, or sometimes a decent chance, that that person might not have committed that offense. But I'm telling you, I think we've got trouble. We need to do something. It is a terrible, terrible thing what's happening in our country. People murdering people all the time, and gang ripping and sodomizing, but the man biting the man tongue off. I mean, I've never heard that one in all my 39 years. In an act of sodomy, and you bite his tongue off. Was that what? Was that something to get you what? To get you aroused? It's just sickening. I mean, man, what's going on? It's extremely sickening. We need to consider taking radical action against these people. Fellow Liberians, last week, Thursday, Criminal Court A, the judge at Criminal Court A, Judge Roosevelt Willie, ruled in a complaint growing out of the case between ALP, represented by the Republic of Liberia, versus the ANC, Alice Cummings and his co-defendants. Magistrate Willie, of course, you all know, had mandated Alice Cummings to produce the original CPP framework document. Cummings said he could not produce it. Cummings decided to proceed to the criminal court. The criminal court judge ruled on Thursday that Cummings must produce the document by today. George, could you kindly check the device? Somebody says my tuner is not working.
My tuner is working good, cause let the person refresh that device.
You're one of my people. You should know every day we talk about how you can get these devices to work. Refresh your device. It is not our website or the app that's not working. It is your phone that you need to refresh. Log in and log back out. That's how you refresh. Or turn your phone off and put it back on. Or restart your phone. It is not our app that's not working. Clear your cache. CACHE, cash, not money. Okay. So Alice Cummings said in his response on Friday, the day after the ruling, that he cannot produce the document because the document does not exist. It never existed, and as such, he cannot produce it. And he said because it never existed, it could never have been in his possession. He said, I cannot produce something that never existed. And because it never existed, it could not have been ever in my possession, which is absolute nonsense. That's what Alice Cummings said. He told us all that he had the document, that he filed the document with the National Elections Commission, that it was a document that facilitated the submission of candidates to participate in the Senate elections in 2020. That thanks to his work, this great work that he did, that he would have us believe that he did, it was based on that we have Dillon as senator today, Youngly as senator, and several others. He said it publicly. He also proceeded to admit that he did make changes to the document that he considers, in his words, quote, harmless, unquote, harmless, cosmetic changes that do not benefit him. These are the things Mr. Cummings has said repeatedly since this debacle ensued or broke out. Now, on Friday, Mr. Cummings, having said that the document does not exist and therefore he cannot produce a document, yesterday, Monday, February 14th, one day before the end of the expiration given to Cummings by His Honor Roosevelt Willie, Judge of the Criminal Code A, to produce the document within 72 hours. Mr. Cummings' lawyers were seen at the Monrovia City Court yesterday. George, Alex Cummings' lawyers were seen at the Monrovia City Court yesterday trying to file into submission a document that they claim is the original CPP framework document. Hello, perhaps you all did not understand me. I did not stutter. Let me go back and walk you through. Yesterday, Monday, February 14, 2022, lawyers representing Cummings, not different lawyers, the exact same lawyers that have been representing him from the onset of this case, were at the Monrovia City Court in a frenzy, as if to beat the deadline, trying to file a document which they claim is the original framework document. The exact same document, well, that Cummings said does not exist, or some other document. Hello, let me repeat. Perhaps you did not understand what I just said. Yesterday, in a state of frenzy and hurriedness and haste, lawyers representing Alexander Benedict Cummings were at the Monrovia City Court trying to file into submission a document they claimed is the original framework document that has been requested of Alice Cummings from the very, very beginning of all of this. Judge Willie said, hold up, what did Judge Juma Jala say? Magistrate Juma Jala, not Judge Willie. Magistrate Juma Jala said, I cannot let you file this document into submission now because you went up to the higher court, Criminal Code A, and that judge ruled. And as consistent with procedure and law, that court, the ruling from that court must be read in my court in order for you to make any filing or submission of any document before we proceed in this matter. Because the matter before me was taken from my court and taken to the higher court judge, and a ruling was handed down. And when the case was taken from my court, My jurisdiction over this case was temporarily seized, or a stay order was placed on it because of the matter that went before the higher court. Therefore, in order for me to resume jurisdiction over this case, we must first hear the ruling of that particular court. Immediately, they proceeded to obtain a notice of assignment. For those of you who do not know what a notice of assignment is, it is the piece of document you get, like a notice as it sounds, to say that we pray that this case is heard on so day. So the judge will then proceed to get a notice of assignment requesting a hearing. A hearing to serve the singular purpose of hearing the ruling or having the ruling read from that court. Once that ruling is read and jurisdiction of this matter is returned to my court and falls back under my gavel, then you shall submit or file your quote-unquote framework document, as was requested of you. But folks, listen to this. Cummings just said on Friday, and I'm going to go and take the liberty or take the pains of reading for you, for those of you who did not follow my podcast yesterday, which has now been seen by 32,000 human beings, is there. It's posted in right on my Facebook page. 32,000 people watched it. But listen, Cummings said, in his own words, posted on his Facebook page, listen to this, our appeal, which is public record, was not only based on the legal right of all defendants at trial not to be compelled to furnish evidence against themselves, but also stated repeatedly, truthfully, and consistently that the subpoenaed document, which is a document that has been requested of him to produce, the subpoenaed document does not exist and has never ever existed as such. Whatever never existed cannot ever come into our possession. Now that is Alice Cummings. That is Alice Cummings in a classic cheap lie, saying that at no time did the framework document exist, and as such, he cannot produce a document that never existed, ever. He said that on Friday. The post is still on his Facebook page. Hello? This post was not taken down like one of his posts he did, in which he admitted that he made alterations to the document, but did so with good, honorable intents or intentions. Now, this post on Facebook is the one in which he says that the document never, ever existed. Never, ever existed. And then on Monday, yesterday, February 14th, his lawyers were seen at the court trying to file the document into submission in order to beat the deadline of 72 hours, which expires today, given by Judge Roosevelt Willie. So listen, folks, this is the guy you seriously think is the man of integrity? This is the man you want to succeed George Weah? This is the man who tells you that he's Mr. Clean. This is the man who tells you, on one hand, he says, yes, I filed a document with the National Elections Commission. It is a document which we use to submit candidates such as Delon for Senate, Youngbley for Senate, Jonathan Sipwell for Senate, and several others for Senate in the one election. And now you are complaining this document is fraudulent. You didn't read the document. Then they take him to court. He says, well, I'm not going to produce a document against myself because to do so would be in violation of my right and my constitutional protection from self-incrimination. And the court of law told him, no, this is compulsory production of document. It's not whether or not the document incriminates you is not the issue. The issue is that you, Mr. Cummings, were in charge of this document, and therefore you are under obligation to produce it when requested of you. Mr. Cummings now says the document does exist. Jesus Christ. This guy, as I said yesterday, I characterized him as a low-level physi magician who exposes his magic tricks or his metas, the metas that he deploys in performing his magic tricks. He exposes them right on stage for everyone to see. Now, if you still support this guy and you still defend him, something has got to be inherently wrong with you. The guy has confessed. The guy said on Friday the document does not exist. George, On Monday, his lawyers are seen at the court hurriedly trying to file a document. So therefore, what do you believe? What do you believe? What can you believe now? Cummings says the document doesn't exist, but now it does. Where the hell did it come from? Where the hell did this document come from? Did Cummings pull this document out of his hat? Did he pull it out of his what? Where did he pull this document out of? Because it did not exist as of Friday, but then on Monday, oh, it suddenly fell from the sky like manna. Jesus Christ, what the hell is Ellis Cummings trying to have you believe? Not me, because I know who he is. He's a damn crook, he's a damn liar, he's a damn pretender. He's an impostor. He's a crook who would have you believe that he's a clean man, that he's got integrity, that he's integrous, which he's not. George, you don't tell somebody in the public, the whole country, you tell the whole public just on Friday, I cannot produce the document because even if I did want to, I cannot because the document does not exist. And because it does not exist, I could not possibly have had it in my possession. And if it did not exist and I couldn't have had it in my possession, therefore I cannot produce it. Is what you said on Friday. Then on Monday, your lawyers are at the court trying to file the document into submission. And the magistrate tells you, no, hold up, I cannot let you file this document into submission until at such time the ruling from Roosevelt Willie, Judge Criminal Court A, is read and jurisdiction of this matter is restored, is returned to me, comes back and falls back under my gavel before I allow you to file this document. George, what does that tell you about Ellis Cummings? And we're going to go to the phone lines and ask our people, what does that tell you about this man who purports, who acts as though he is the cleanest guy, he's the most integrous Liberian alive? On Friday, the document doesn't exist. On Monday, the document is. Imagine a President Cummings, God forbid. Imagine a President Ellis Cummings, God forbid. He will steal $100 million today, and tomorrow he will tell you the money never even existed. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, what kind of depraved liar is this? Does he suffer from amnesia? Does he forget? Is Cummings losing his mind? Did he forget that just on Friday he said on Facebook, and the post says that, do not take my word for it. I hate Cummings. I can't stand the ground he walks on. At least that's what you have yourselves believe. So don't take my word for it. No. Do not believe the words of a Cummings hater, as is Henry Costa, as you believe. And I indulge you. And continue to enjoy yourself. I indulge you. Don't believe me. Go on his Facebook page. See for yourself. He posted that the document does not exist. On Monday, yesterday, his lawyers are at the court trying to file the document. Jesus Christ. What does that tell you about this man? He is a sick guy. It's a desperate sick guy. Let me tell you something. You know, the other day somebody told me something. A good friend of mine was talking. He said, you know, Costa, I think it's still a good thing that we could try to get Cummings and Joe Boga to work together and form a ticket. I want to say this publicly. If that were to ever happen, I will never, ever support Joe Boga for president. If Joe Boga were to say he's going to make a deal with Ellis Cummings so that the two of them run on the ticket together, I will withdraw my support that very same day and find another candidate in the opposition to support. I can never support Ellis Cummings for community chairmanship. Never.
Even if community or
a community chairmanship, I would never ever support him for that. The man has no integrity. The man is so damn desperate. The man is a terrible, terrible, terrible guy. George.
Power greed.
The document did not exist yesterday, but now it does. George, it did not exist yesterday, but now it does.
Now they're talking about us now. So government know.
So now the question is, what did Ellis Cummings' lawyers try to file yesterday with the court? What did they try to file? They suddenly manufacture a document overnight? Or what? Let's go to the phone lines. Let's take some calls. Josh,
Okay.
read out the numbers. What did
Zero.
S. Cummings lawyers try to file? And all of
Okay.
you, you cussing me. That's your damn business. You are the ones listening to me speaking. You are the one sitting there listening to me speaking. I'm not listening to you. You are the one listening. You can cuss me all you want, hit me all you want. But your political leader, the man you support for president, is a damn fraud. He's a damn bloody liar, a stupid one at that. Let's take some calls.
Sure, guys. No one hit Cummings, but Cummings should do the right thing. That's all. That's the point that we are saying.
And now,
okay,
and now the numbers. Let's take some calls.
0770-102-102, 0886-010-3080. The WhatsApp number +231-880-51. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you? Good morning, Labrador people. Good morning, Costa.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Bagomo.
Okay. We'll finish with the vote up. Come, we some of all we're setting for coming, and who again, the native of gangster. We got nothing to delay. They got nothing to delay with Labrador into their mouth. A man who can say the document exists, that the memo, it made my statement wrong. A man that called for big, he's going to be a president of the Republic of Liberia. One day he will say, I saw him, he was on Liberia. He was in for everything, they say the document exists. Can you distinct? It's a criminal. It got nothing to just call me what get Liberia, but give me two statements. That was a bad statement. Coming can show Liberia any hour, any minute, and kill or fall.
All right, Bagomo, thank you very much, George. Keep track of the time. 1 minute per caller. Let's take as many calls as possible. 1 minute per caller.
The WhatsApp number +231.
I don't know what they're arguing over. The comments people, I don't know why y'all cussing me for. The man said the document did not exist in his own words. Now, yesterday, they tried to file a document with the code. George. So what are you cussing me for? Go cuss your man comments.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, this is Chuck, DJ Gaito, calling from River G, calling Fish Town.
You're welcome.
Waka, Costa, this thing is very clear. Costa, Cummings has lost his political ambition. All in the intellectual forum, in your gathering, in the office, when you appear there, you hear the discouraging remark coming from the youth of the area, people of the area, the talent of the area. Cummings refuses to accept that he is not formidable in the CPD. He has brought a lot of setback in political career. For the father coming out, think on the free when the man who said that he never had the original document because it was not exist on Friday. And on Monday, he submitted it. There are deception there. We cannot be trusted in Liberia politics.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I'm coming.
Well, there's a caller from the southeast, River G. You heard him?
Yeah.
You heard the caller? He said people all in the street corners, the intellectual centers, and all those places, they don't take him seriously. He's doomed. He's destroyed. He's finished. Kaput. Finished. Over. Let's take more calls.
Good morning.
Good morning, Georgie, and good morning to Henry Pedro Costa.
DJ man. Good morning, my brother.
Thank you very much. Look, Costa, you know the truth can hurt. Friday, I saw coming supporters all in my face. And see, they may say in that document. What kind of document? I think that other one will come from. It will come from Putu. It will come from where? Yeah, then. Yeah. If the men are gone, if I secret thing wanted to do, but thank God to Joman Jala that said no, I can't hold that thing until I go back to the court. I just took a pee and went to let the court come and get a ruling before. Look, I used to tell the people on Spoon Talk. I said because majority of them they are coming supporter. Oh, nothing will come from all that thing. In fact, they will chung that case outside, this and that. But this goes to you people now. Coming say you never had a document. But all of a sudden, the document exists. So you people that can sit on Spoon FM and be talking all type of things against Honorable Ure, Honorable Baka, and other people there, Nomikanga Lori, you all see the disgrace that coming abroad with himself. And I let the SG say if they can't win the man, he will go back to K2 class to teach, to tell the children about integrity. And let you go there that 1 year, let you go back to K2 and Prima 2 to teach the children about integrity. That the man want me president here, God forbid. Thank God for exposing them. Say, how we all be serious? You're every day you're making power. We got to weed the wicked one out of that party.
Exactly.
When the wicked one is out, the true loyalty will stay there and will vote for them. Thank you this morning, comment.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Let's take more calls, Joe. We need to hear from the people. Cummings has destroyed himself.
Good morning, Josh.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Ludo.
We can hear you, my brother.
Yes, and tell people to make the religious advantage to the Costa Show.
Go ahead, my brother.
Good morning, my brother. Welcome.
Yes. You know, the issue of comments, the first thing has been said to Henry Costa this morning for being consistent in your talk show, the activities that you are involved in positively. Of many years ago, Costa, you have been consistent, and nobody has ever produced a document that said you were involved in such acts. So I must be proud of you for that. You see the issue of Mr. Kume, that God became his soul, that this is what God became his soul. Look, when you are equal to power, God will subdue Mr. Kume, and you have nowhere to go. As the Solicitor General said, and I quote, maybe he will enter in the classroom to teach at elementary school. Thank you, leader, for a podium minister.
Thank you, my dear brother, the religious advisor to the Costa Show. Let's take more calls there. Ellis Cummings said the document does not exist just on Friday. That's what he said. Monday, yesterday, his lawyers tried to file a document with Magistrate Juma Jala. Magistrate Jala said no, as is consistent with procedure. An assignment must be petitioned for so that we call a hearing. The purpose of that hearing would be to read the ruling from Criminal Code A before the jurisdiction of this case is resumed by me, at which time you may then file the document which you claim is the original framework document, which you claim you were not going to produce initially, which you then claim never existed as of Friday, which you now claim you have and would like to file. Let's take more calls there. Cummings capitulating right in the public, right in full view of the public. He's changing his story right in front of you. He's changing his story in front of you. And you know what he does? He's insulting you. When someone treats you like that, George, they're telling you you're very stupid. When they lie to you, and then they tell you another lie, and another lie, because you tell one lie to cover up something. You tell another lie to cover up that lie, and you tell another lie to cover up another lie. Liar, liar, pants on fire. That's the situation where Ellis Cummings. Let's take more calls. His pens are burning. Liar, liar, pens on fire. Ellis Cummings, the damn liar. Let's take more calls.
Good morning.
Good morning, George.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Petro.
Morning.
This is Costa speaking. Petro, I want to ask a question. I thought Alexander Benedict Cummings said he can produce evidence against himself. Then why he wants to produce evidence against himself now? He said it. He said he can produce evidence against himself. So why are you going secretly to produce the evidence against himself? And how sure and how clear that it is true that this is the proper document that was given? We want to know. That is a completed criminal act. It's a completed criminal act, and it's not going to be president of the country. Under no circumstances, it can happen. Thank you, Petro.
Okay, my brother.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's take more calls then.
The WhatsApp number +231 880 513417 0886 010 TD8TD 0770 102. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
I'm Timothy Smith calling from Grand Banson. Just the serious situation of observing with the electorate because we gave them the country, we changed our constitution, and we're getting serious problems. The men all want to pay as like a leader today, the men performing the day. We're not getting the country, we're not getting that opportunity yet. He behaving the enemy of the state. So we the voter, we should join Costa and say, I want to tell you thank you, Henry, because everything is doing, we're monitoring. We're not stupid. Because we can see the in the type of classes thinking how to put the country in the record here and the men they get confusion every day from place to place. So the particular coming business is a serious situation and we monitor the real Liberian people. Because if we come in the country, we change our constitution and we're being serious having our children will bring us tomorrow. So we stay with the court and tomorrow I'm begging the judge, but you're saying Maryland to your hometown to be teachers. Now they want to the hometown and teach the people there. Thank you so much, Costa. We monitor the show. God bless us.
Okay,
yeah, you know, and I mean, it's exactly what came to mind. The Solicitor General, Serena Sifa, said that when the case is over and Cummings is convicted, they will recommend community service. They will send Cummings to the classroom to teach. I recommend we send him to Maryland County. I don't know where in Maryland he's from, whether he's from Harper or he's from Plebo or he's from Barabo or wherever in Maryland he's from. I agree with that. Let them send Cummings to do community service and let them send him to the classroom to teach. And you should teach your children something about ethics and maybe civic duties and social studies or something like that. Let's send him to teach. Yeah, we should do that. We should send Alex Cummings to teach. In Maryland County, his home county. That's what we should send him. Madam Kevin Gifler Bowley, happy birthday to you. Today is your birthday. You're a big fan of the Costa Show. I want to do this for you. Madam Kevin Gifler Bowley, happy birthday to you. Let's take more calls there. Let's send Cummings to Maryland County to teach.
Okay, the numbers are called 0770-102-102, 0886-010.
The document did not exist as of Friday. On Monday, the document suddenly now exists.
That's the question there. So what the focus from ANC going to say now? They will say we lie. What the first one ANC? So
no, they are cussing me now. Because it's shameful, George. It's shameful. You support a candidate who embarrasses you in this manner. You understand? It is embarrassing. It's shameful. I feel for them. And I have some ANC people who are good people of mine. They're my good people. I'm sure they're embarrassed. They must be embarrassed.
Well, they embarrassed.
The document doesn't exist just on Friday. Today, Monday, he's saying he wants to file a document. So it's shameful. And you know why he's doing it now? He's filing the document now because he doesn't have a choice. Because he can no longer get away with this nonsense that he would not file a document because to do so would mean he would be incriminating himself. That's the problem. That is the problem. So now you see here, so when they go and review the document, if it is consistent with what he filed at the Elections Commission, guess what? Cummings is in trouble. You know what kind of trouble he's going to be in? He's going to be in the trouble that his colleagues did not sign that damn document. The document that Alex Cummings filed was not signed by Benani Ure. It was not signed by Joe Buakai. It was not signed by Yomli Ganga Lawrence. And all of them will be subpoenaed. They will testify. Except Benani, of course. But the rest of them will testify. And they will ask Joe Buakai in court after having sworn after having swearing in, all that kind of stuff, taking the oath of office to speak the truth, nothing but the truth. Mr. Buakai, did you sign this document? And of course, they will have given him a copy to review. Exhibit this. Did you sign this document? Dated June. Did you sign it? Joe Buakai will say, no, I did not sign it. Because, of course, he did not sign it. And what document did you sign? We signed a May 19 document. But I didn't sign a June 24th document carrying a May 19 signature page with changes to it that we did not put there. Yeah, he made changes to the document. He said, oh, these changes don't benefit me. They don't benefit you? The change that you put there, the withdrawal clause that you say that nobody can withdraw. If they withdraw from the CPP, they shall not be able to field a candidate in their name, in the name of their party. Because, of course, you need the CPP held together more than anybody else. You need it held together. You look at Joe Buakai, an elderly statesman. He's been around for 25 years in public service. You just coming in 2016 after you retired from your fat job at Coca-Cola. You look at him, you tell him to step aside so you can run for president. You came 5th place in an election. You tell the man who came 2nd place to step aside for you. Eh? And how do you do that? You do that by trying to undermine him, going into his party, bribing his people to join you, and going into his office and getting people from his office to put him on your payroll to work for you. You're doing all these things. You go into ALP, you go into Liberty Party, you're trying to destroy the party. You're trying to use your wealth to undermine people. You're sowing seeds of discord in political parties that you're working with or you're supposed to be working with. You're turning people against you. You think we're doing hostile takeover? This is not corporate America, where you go to buy a company, even if the company's owners don't want you to buy it, and you find all kinds of devious ways to undermine them, to make them sell against their will. It's not a hostile takeover. We're not in a corporate environment. This is a different environment. It's a political environment in a country that you abandoned 35 years ago. You come here, you think you can use your money to humiliate people, and you think you're mad because you got some money from selling sugar water? You think you can come and bamboozle people and try to sell yourself as this decent guy, this man of integrity? You ain't got no damn integrity, because if you had integrity, you wouldn't have done the things you did. No man who possesses integrity would be telling such bold-faced lies. Oh, I ain't got it, document. Oh, the document, I got it. Oh, I got it. Oh, I got it. That integrity there? You damn bloody liar. They say character is doing the right thing when no one is watching. That's character. When your colleagues were not watching, you finger the document, you make changes to it that you call harmless changes. Where is the character in that? Your colleagues were not watching. They entrusted you with this document. You took the liberty to make changes to it. Changes that were not approved by them. Changes in your wisdom that would benefit you. And how dare you get up and tell us that you've got integrity? You've got character. You have no character. Because a man who has character will do the right thing whether someone is watching or not. But you don't have character, and you have demonstrated that. And so this case is all about correcting a wrong that was done to us and exposing you for who you are. An imposter, a man who pretends to be a saint. But you're nothing but a crook, a sleazy crook in bed with one of the worst crooks in the country, Musa Bility. You want to tell us that you are the right man to change Liberia? You're fingering documents, you're altering documents to benefit yourself, to position yourself, to give you an unfair advantage over your colleagues. You're using money to destroy other people's political parties. Look at what you've done to the Liberty Party. We know Musa Bility works for George Weah. We know that. But if you were not encouraging Musa Bility to do the things he's doing, he wouldn't be doing it, because it would be difficult for him to do his hit job for the government. But you are the one facilitating that. You are making it easy for Bility to do his job for CDC. You are the facilitator, because he's pretending that he is supporting you. He's doing these things under the guise that he's supporting you, but you are not the one he's supporting. But perhaps you're too damn stupid or too damn desperate to be president that you cannot see beyond your own nose. And you got them, all of them coming and smart. You ain't no damn smart. You ain't no damn smart, because if you were smart, you would know that Musa Bility is compromised. How is it that a man who is indebted to all the financial institutions in the country, how is it that a man who owes millions and millions of dollars in taxes to the government through the road fund program, he collected road fund taxes or levies that he did not transmit or give to the government, and the government was buying for this money, and all of a sudden the government and Musa Bility are cool in it, and all his troubles suddenly go away. This, you think, is not the man who the government has by the balls? Musa Bility does not control his own balls. He tries to say he does not control it. George Weah controls Musa Bility balls. BALLS. His balls are controlled by George Weah, because he is so heavily exposed, financially exposed, heavily indebted. He owes everybody in the country. And this is the man you call your political ally? This man with no constituency? This man, you support him to destroy a great political party founded by a great man who has left this world, and you do this to his party, and you used to call Bromsky a friend, and this is what you do to Bromsky's party, and you would have us think that you are a good man. You're not a good man, Alice Cummings, and that's why you will never ever be president. And I'm not saying it because I'm God, but because God himself does not want you to be president. And that is the reason why you put yourself in this situation. You're damn sleazy crook. If you're not a crook, if you were a good man, you would have humbled yourself before Joe Buckeye. You think Joe Buckeye can go 2 terms? No way. Not possible. Even if he did want to, he would not be able to. His age would not allow him to go for 2 terms. You could have gone to your Joe and placated him, honestly engage him, and rekindle your friendship with Joe. Joe is a forgiving man. He would have forgiven you for what you did to him, for betraying him in 2017 when he needed your support. But Joe would have forgiven you. I know so. I know so because I know Joe. He said, you could have said to him, big brother, let's work together. You got the people. I know it. I see it. Everyone knows it. You can go 1 term and you turn this thing over to me. I'm a much younger man. I can wait. I can wait. I can serve as vice president for 6 years. All you need to do is, I'm passionate about certain things. I've got great business acumen and skills. Give me things to do as vice president. Give me purview and control of the Ministry of Commerce and let me do stuff. Give me some serious work to do. And I will bring the money and together we will run. We'll beat George Weah and we can fix our country. And after 6 years, you can turn over to me and I can run the country. That is what you would have done if you were a good man. But you said no. And you're arrogant. You pretend that you're humble. You ain't no damn humble, man. How the hell you'll be humble? You come here in 2016 and you want to come tell us that all of us are bad. We who have stayed here and suffered and have lived in this country and have fought, and you tell us we're all bad. But you want to sit on our bad shoulders and then get elected and make big muff and talk down to us and condescend to us. You stupid man. We're not going to let that happen. Your stupidity and your impudence has gotten you where you are. Greed, desperation for power. You must be president by all means. Now you will never be president. The easiest way, the easiest path was stretched out before you like a red carpet. Come be vice president to Joe Buckeye, and Joe Buckeye does 1 term. What are you like? They say he told people they will not respect me. They will do this to me. They will do that to me. Now you shall get nothing. Even if you ran now, you will come a distant 3rd place, insignificant distant 3rd place. And what is it going to matter? You came 3rd place, and you better not sit down there and say you're waiting for 2029 to make another run because you're lying. You will have Henry Costa to deal with. I will run for president in 2029. So you better not even sit there and say, I will wait because I'm much younger. I can hang around because you will not smell fusa. You will not spark. 2029 is for us, the young people. We will not support anybody over 65. Anybody even 60, we're not supporting you for president. Over 60, you're not young man. Over 55, we're not supporting you. Let me tell you that. We're the young people we're going to take over. Prepared, adequately prepared and competent young people we're running. I'm running for president in 2029. And so you better not sit there and say, oh, you're going to come. Oh, okay, I will run in 2029. Because you will not even smell it. This is what greed and arrogance and desperation, this is what they do to people. You fell on your own sword. You committed a political suicide. Joe Buckeye would have gladly accepted you. Joe Buckeye would have never treated you as George Weah treats Joe Howard Taylor. Joe Buckeye would have never treated you as Ellen treated Joe Buckeye at some point during their administration. Joe Bugger would have treated you nicely. Joe Bugger would have treated you with the deference that you deserve had you shown yourself worthy of it. Because Joe is a decent man. I know that. I know that. Say what you will about Joe. Who say I don't get a little antsy, a little frustrated at the pace at which things are moving? But I trust Joe. I trust Joe Bugger. His intentions are honorable. He is a decent man. He wants to do right. I trust him. Cummings, your intentions are far, far from honorable. A man who will do absolutely anything to get to power is a man not to be trusted. A man who professes to be possessing of integrity and credibility and having character, but who will do all kinds of nefarious things, diabolical things, clandestine things, trying to undercut and undermine his colleagues in the name of getting ahead, is a man not to be trusted. So, Cummings, when I say that you shall not be president, I do not say so because I'm God or because I have a prophetic power to look into the future. I say so because the only pathway for you was to be vice president to Joe Bugger. That is the only pathway. Joe Bugger is the next president of Liberia, whether you like it or not. There is nothing you can do about it. Those of you who can wish him ill and wish him for him to get sick, he is as healthy as hell. I know so because I accompany him to his doctor. I sat there in the room with him and his medic and his doctor. He is in fantastic shape, fantastic health. Joe Bugger. I sat there right there. I made the appointment. We drove there. I sat there with him, and I know what the doctor said. And I said, "Praise the Lord," because we're depending on this man. His health is great. So you can wish him all the ill you want, but he will not fall sick. Nothing will happen to him. He will live to become president. He will do good. He will turn it over to us, and we will continue on the new path to build a new Liberia, to make it work for all of our people. So you said that and be wishing. Let your strategy be that Joe Bugger will fall down and die. Abomination. It shall not happen. Fearful. Nonsense. That what you waiting for? That Joe will get sick and be rendered incapacitated? You all right? Let's take some calls. I know the state of Joe Bugger's health. I was sitting there in the room with him and the doctor when they ran all his tests. Everything came back correct. Great health. He's not smoking. He's not drinking. He takes care of himself. He's eating well. He's all right. Let's take some calls.
Okay, the WhatsApp number +231 513417 080 102 0770 102 0886 010 TD80 +231 880 51
The way you even call the number out, even me who know the number, I get confused.
I haven't called them.
Your reading of the numbers is very incoherent. You got to read it slowly in a way that people can catch the numbers when you read them. George, let's do that again. Slowly.
Okay. 0886 010 TD80 0770 102 WhatsApp number +231 880 513417. These are numbers to call this morning.
All right, George. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see where we've got some calls there. Madam Kebe Geflo Bole, happy birthday to you. You're a big fan of the
morning.
Wish you all
good morning. How are you? My brother?
Yeah, good morning.
I have a birthday message for Costa Show boy. I just saw it, but I was so welcoming criminal art this morning. I never say it. Mr. Costa, congratulations for your senior boy. I wish him long life. I wish him he will get your smartness, he will get your wisdom, and God should give him for 4 more years to happen.
Amina. Thank you, Bagomo. Thank you so much. Let's take some more calls there, George.
Okay. The WhatsApp number plus 231 880 513417 0770 102 102 0886
In life, you must follow before you lead.
Your cause, I have a call. Good morning.
Follow.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Before you lead.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, okay. I'm calling from Central Moravia. This is Alama Kale.
Welcome, my brother.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for the good work that you are doing every morning. Again, just a couple of pieces of advice to the CPP and to Mr. Cummings. I'm asking him that it's not still late yet. He can retreat. He can go back to his friends and say sorry for what has happened. And let us unite and have a stronger CPP. I believe that on every hand on deck, we can have a bigger victory over the rule government. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Unity Party pulls out of CPP this week. It is late. It's over. There's no CPP. It's dead. It's finished. Thanks to Alex Cummings. Because of his honor mining, because of his dishonesty, thanks to the Cummings, CPP is dead. It's finished. Forget it. We're forming a new arrangement, and Cummings will not be a part of it. He's not welcome to join it. We issue a persona non grata. We declare Alex Cummings a persona non grata. He's not welcome. CPP is over. It's finished. We're forming a new arrangement. It will be clear from the very onset that Joseph Human Boakai is our candidate for president. Whoever wants to join us will be willing to join us. Our arms will be open to all of them to join us. Yes, we're forming a new arrangement. It's over. We're forming a new arrangement. It will be announced soon. This week, expect a major announcement from the Unity Party. This week, not next week, this week. And I speak that with authority, which means my source is very credible, and I'm not telling you DC. This week, Unity Party pulls out of the CPP. I did not stutter. I did not say, I think. No, I spoke definitively and declaratively. Let's take some more calls.
Good morning.
Good morning, Boakai. Good morning, Cos.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay. Cos, truly speaking, thank you so much for the show. Thank you for exposing the ills in society. And Cos, to be very frank, Mr. Cummings astonished so many people. Because Cummings, you said you came from a corporate war. You don't understand diplomacy. Or because you are breakaway seditions that came from that angle of CDC, you still got that myopic attitude of acting. Now, Cummings would have lived in this country except for 15 years. In that, the owner is humble. The owner could run the country. Even in 3 years, for his size, he gives him a son. So we're doing well, we want to put a little better. 3 years. Then you run your 6 years, and then after 6 years come, you run it again. But don't be greedy. The owner could be the point to pave the way for you, to open the way for you. The owner is old, but the owner gets knowledge. The knowledge is there. You could live on that knowledge and move like rock forward. But this is how it's supposed to be for him. But this grace will come. It's bad to be greedy. And greediness suffering today. Thank you, Boakai. Thank you. May God bless you too.
Thank you, my brother. We've got 20 more minutes to go. Let's take more calls there, and we'll wrap this thing up this morning. Let's take some more calls. So, are there any other events planned to commemorate the bicentennial? Are they doing anything else, George, that you know of or know about? Any other events?
No. Let the people answer, man. Good morning.
Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Pedro. I just want to take this time again to tell you thank you for what you do for the country, Liberia. And Mr. Cummings, from the initial stage, I did not believe in him becoming president because somebody who getting into the race on a vow for the presidency, but nothing else but the presidency, that was, you know, turn off point for me. But I don't know what has he done to collect issue from Dara Dillon office. Whether Colette has resigned his position or he has asked Colette to resign his position. But I'm calling this morning on all Liberians, vote for JMB. JMB is the mayor of integrity. JMB is the mayor of honesty. JMB is the only mayor who can lead us in this country. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Let's take some more calls there. George, keep calling the numbers.
Good morning.
Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Costa.
Yeah, good morning.
This is Anthony. I'm joining you from a single bell.
Welcome.
You know, Costa, it's very sad this morning to see, but actually we just have to say it as Liberians. We don't in this life. God himself knows how much Liberian has been suffering for a good leader and a trusted leader. And because of this, God knows people who are into this race with dirty mind, people who are in this race with a cruel motive. There is nowhere under this earth someone who is wishing to assume power with a clear heart will be involved into dirty deeds in order to get to power. The fact that Kumi is always involved into dirty deeds clearly shows us that there is a negative motive that he's coming with. The next thing is that Kumi's statement on Friday in his lawyer submission, attempted submission of documents yesterday, clearly shows what he has been doing in the past. Because he has clearly been on record that whenever he and police in the CPP go for a meeting, right after the meeting, when different issues are being said in the meeting, after he has appealed to his friends in the meeting, he would therefore come out within a twinkle of an eye and give him either call press conference and say different thing or big press statement with different things being said in it. We Liberians, we are closely following. Honestly speaking, I had trust and confidence coming before. But for what I'm seeing and what is unfolding with this Kumi, I know that Kumi will be more desperate and weaker and evil than even Madam Celis. To be quite frank, seriously, thank you. But what I want the Solicitor General to do, if Kumi should allow this case, let Kumi go as a regular said to teach a premature students. They not doing our days need to talk about premature students. Let Kumi go and teach a premature student in a variable forest. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. Let's take some more calls.
0770 102 102 0886 010 TD. The WhatsApp number plus 231 880 513417 80 513417 0886 010 TD 0770 102 102. These are the number to call this morning on the show.
Okay. Well, folks, the situation with this young man whose tongue was bitten off by this terrible, terrible guy. I'm told the guy has been prosecuted. George, do you know anything about that?
Yes. Yeah, we're saying already. And
they couldn't do anything to save the young man's tongue?
Nope.
Amen.
Nowadays, the men who are talking, they make him be ready. Because that's the best solution in the country. You do battle somebody, they grab you and kill you.
I know.
I don't know where they think will stop.
Yeah, but you know the system, man. You got to be careful. You have to be careful. So let's see what we can take a few more calls there, George, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So the bicentennial, as I was asking, do you know whether there are any more programs, any more events?
No. I showed yesterday.
Yesterday was the end of it?
Yes, yesterday at the mansion. They had a celebration, right? outside there? Who will go inside cause? Nobody.
You run a country as president, and more than half of the country hates your guts. They believe that you are a bad leader, which you really are. You preside over national events that the people boycott. They don't feel a part of. The bicentenary should be something all Liberians should reflect on, not celebrate. There's nothing to celebrate. That you're 200 years old and you have nothing to show for it. Huh? You haven't got electricity. You haven't got water. Your people are the poorest on the planet. And then you're proud. What is there to be proud of? I don't see it. I don't get it. I don't know what you all are celebrating. Honestly, this is not political. You all know the way I think about Liberia. Liberia is one of the worst countries on the face of the earth. There is nothing to be proud of. We love Liberia, but we're not proud of it. I'm not proud of being a Liberian citizen. What is there to be proud of? Terrible leaders, wicked people, where your dreams die, where you become absolutely nothing, where just because you don't support the people in power, you cannot get anything. Your life, your opportunities, you have no opportunity. Even if you support them, you hardly have anything. I'm not proud to call myself a Liberian citizen. Do I love Liberia? Oh, I love Liberia so freaking much. But there is absolutely nothing to be proud of. In this day and age, you have nothing to show. All the gold, diamond, timber, iron ore, everything that God endowed you with, yet there is nothing you have to show for it. Your people are among the poorest in the world, and your leaders live like kings and queens at their expense. What is there to be proud of? Nothing. So, spare me. I don't see why you are celebrating. If I were you, we would have had a big prayer service, fast and prayer for 3 days, to go on our freaking knees and say, God forgave us. Yeah, you be proud to be Liberian. I'm not proud to be Liberian. I love Liberia, but I'm not proud of Liberia. I am not proud of Liberia. I'm ashamed of Liberia. 200 years of nothing, of poverty and misery, and no electricity, no jobs. The healthcare system is terrible. One of the highest infant mortality rates in the world. Do you know how many babies die before they reach the age 5? Do you know how many women die in childbirth? One of the highest in the world according to UNICEF. I am not proud to be a Liberian citizen. Not proud. According to UN Women, UNICEF gives the statistics on number of children that die before they reach the age 5. It's sickening. It is sickening. So you all can celebrate your 200 years of uselessness and backwardness and wickedness. You don't got light in this day and age. You be crying, oh, LEC not working, oh. We only got current here for 3 hours yesterday. Can you imagine in this day and age? Ghana has 88% electricity penetration. What do you have? Less than 12%. Prohibitively expensive. In America, we pay between 11 to 13 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity. Ghana pays around 11, 12 cents. It's cheaper. Electricity is cheaper in Ghana than in the United States. What does that tell you? You're a miserable, poor country. One road leads from Congo Town to Central Monrovia. One road. One road from Busra Island to Monrovia. One road from Somalia Drive to Monrovia. What do you have? Nothing you have to be proud of. You know, we need to stop fooling ourselves. Well, we're not a great country. There's nothing great about us. We have to tell ourselves that we are a backward, good-for-nothing people. Then We can now start from a new page, a clean slate. And I believe that Joe Biden will help usher in that opportunity for us to begin anew. That transition will begin with Joe Biden. The transition to a better Liberia will begin with Joe Biden. He's not going to be the one that will take us to the point where we need to get. No way. He will not have the time. He will not have the resources to even do that, considering how badly destroyed our country is, the economy and all that kind of stuff. But he will lay the groundwork, the foundation for us to do that, to build upon that. And so, it's a serious problem. I have nothing to celebrate. I have nothing to be proud of. Nothing. I just love this country so much. It pains me so much. Country where tribalism is rife. Guild man defending a fellow guild man, even if he's wicked. Crime man defending a fellow crime man, even if he's wicked. Pellet man defending a fellow pellet man, even if he's wicked. Bassa man defending Bassa man, even if he's useless. What kind of country is that? A backward mentality, such as tribalism. We need to change this country. And we will change this country. And some of us will be a part of that change process. And at some point, we will take the reins and lead that change process to get Liberia where it needs to go and where we know it can go. But to celebrate 200 years of what? 200 years of what? You are the poorest country on the face of the earth. 5 million people language in abject poverty. Your GDP per capita is what? $555. Your GDP is $2.2 billion or $2.3 billion. Your national budget of $786 million based on your projection for the year 2022, 89% of that you're going to spend on recurrent expenditure, rather than spending on infrastructure and social and public infrastructure and social services. You're spending on cars and gasoline and salaries. You have a huge social service deficit, infrastructure deficit. How do you make up for that? Rather than increasing expenditure in the area of education and healthcare, you're not doing that. You're increasing the wage bill. You're increasing your budgetary allotments. You are people, or confused people. Your priorities are messed up, screwed up. What's there to be proud of? Absolutely nothing to be proud of. A country where you're born, and if you live there for the rest of your life, you will die poor. A country where the richest people are foreigners. The only country in the world where the richest people are foreigners. A country where you can only become somebody when you go abroad. Most of you will never own a car in your life until you leave Liberia. Most of you will never own your own homes in your lifetime. Most of you will never own, you don't know how, most of you will never see the inside of an airplane. Most of you. Amen. We are poor like that. You come to America, you go to Europe, that's when you go to Australia, that's when most of you will live in a decent house or will drive a car. It's just sad. Why do we have to live like that? When the richest of our people are foreigners, the richest of our people who live within our country, that is, are foreigners. The richest Liberians are Liberians who live in Europe, America, Australia, and other parts of the world. Can you imagine? Well, the children of Israel living in captivity for 400 years. Our land is owned and controlled by foreigners, thanks to the wicked politicians, government after government. They control the country. They give it to the foreigners. a rent-seeking state where they look after themselves and want to take care of themselves. They don't build real wealth. You're in Liberia, you have dreams, your dreams will die. That's why a Liberian man is not ambitious. I have such big dreams and the things that I'm working on, I don't even tell some of my fellow Liberians because it's too big for them to comprehend, to wrap their head around it. The average Liberian man thinks only about what he can eat today. You go tell him, say you're working on a multi-million-dollar project, you stupid. When he looks at you, he thinks that you're stupid. That's what he thinks, that you're stupid. Yes, my brother Crystal Smith, a 35-year-old man living with his parents. Yeah, it's common. There are people in the world all over, even in America, where people live with their parents, but they live with their parents by choice because they can always move out and find themselves a job. In Nigeria, Ghana, those countries are not perfect. They have themselves, they have their own problems themselves. But Ghana, the young Ghanaians who are doing great, becoming multi-millionaires, programs that support their own people, policies that support Ghanaians to grow and prosper. Liberians hate one another. Oh, if a Liberian man got hired in a foreign company and he came there and met another Liberian man, he will look for every way to try to suppress that Liberian man in that company. He wants to be the only Liberian man working there. Liberians are such hateful people. You know why? It is because of the crab in the bucket syndrome. Too many of us have nothing. So little to go around. And so when you have something, even if you work so hard for it, your fellow Liberians will hate you. One of the worst things to do in Liberia is to succeed. Honestly succeed. I don't mean through devious means and crooks like Musa Bility. I mean honest, hard-working success. People like Amos Brocious, a man who picked himself up by the bootstraps, built a business, a multi-million-dollar business, without ever having worked in government. You saw what they did to that man, destroy his life. We're wicked people, and we call ourselves a Christian state. You ain't no damn Christians. What is Christ-like about a people who hate themselves, who give everything away to foreigners and see their people language in abject poverty? Ain't no damn thing about Jesus Christ there. Jesus Christ loved people. And Christ said, in order for you to love me, you must love your fellow man. You do not love your fellow man, and yet you say you love Jesus Christ. You do not love Jesus Christ. He says, take up the cross and follow me. Be like me. How are you like Jesus Christ? When you live in wealth and destroy the lives of your brothers and sisters, and most of them come from poverty. They come from nothing. And overnight they become rich people. And that's why when they leave power, in no time they become poor. Because that is not wealth. It is temporary riches. The riches that will go away because you did not create that wealth. Wealth lasts for generations. Overnight riches from crooking your people and doing deals to shortchange them, undermine them, that doesn't last. That's why all these damn Salama swines, they are poor in a few years after they leave power. They are poor. We need a new mindset, a new leadership, a leadership that will bring us all together, bind us together as a country. Forget all the things that seem to divide us. Partisan politics, tribalism, religious bigotry. Put those things aside. Come together as one and work together. Unleash the powerful potential force that we have and build a country that can work for all Liberians. That is what I believe in. That is the process that I want to be a part of. Madam Kebe Giflop Bole, once again, I want to say happy birthday to you. Wish you all the best. Our time is up. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep praying. A better Liberia is on the horizon, and you shall see it. I pray that you live to see it happen. God bless you, and have yourselves a wonderful, blessed day. Bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow.